Hi, everybody, and welcome to session 3 of the mini series Get Your Head in the Game. And today we are going to be talking about guilt. So, mum guilt is what I want to really focus on today. That feeling is real, right? We all get that feeling of mum guilt at some point or another. And we feel guilty for wanting more. We feel guilty for wanting change in our lives, whatever that looks like. We feel guilty for wanting to work and for not being at home. But then when we are at home, we also feel guilt as well. Literally, whatever you do, you feel guilty about it. But why? Why is this such a thing? And as mums, why do we feel like this? What is it that makes us feel like this? I want to really kind of hone into that today and see if we can uncover this. It's that niggling feeling that you get that you aren't doing enough when you are failing somebody in some way, no matter what you do. It's that little voice, that little person on your shoulder that's telling you you should be working more. You should be working less. You should be more patient. You should be more present. You should be more organized. You should earn more money. You should be at home more. You should be a better mum. We have access to so much information now. There is so many messages being thrown at us every single day from everywhere, from the TV, from the radio, from your phones, from social media, from people's opinions. It is unreal. It's exhausting. But it's no wonder that we feel that pressure because we see everybody else's highlight reel and of their amazing lives, and our lives makes us feel pretty shit in comparison. But one thing I want you to take away from today is stay in your lane. Comparison is the thief of all joy, and don't get sucked into it. Don't compare your day one with somebody else's day 750. People are at different points in their journey. So don't compare yourself. When you're thinking about starting a business, you will look at people and you'll see, wow, they're doing amazingly well. They've earned their first million. They may have been working on their business for the last 5 years, and that could be you, but it's not going to be you in day one. So stop comparing yourself to somebody else's day 750 when you're on day one. Okay, just stop comparing. You are you. You are perfect as you are, and you're exactly where you need to be, and you're exactly who you need to be. Your kids wouldn't want another mum. They want you. Does it mean that you're making homemade organic meals every day? Does it mean that you're present and not caught scrolling on your phone? No, it doesn't. But all of those things just are us. Just don't compare yourself to other people. You are doing an amazing job. And I want you to really hear that, because as a mum, nobody told you that. But you are. You absolutely are. At work, sometimes you can feel like you're not giving enough and you should be more. But also you feel like you should be at home more. Notice the word what I use there is should. Should according to who? Who is telling us this? Women have gone through a huge evolution of, in the 50s, being stay-at-home mums, being that person that had the dinner on the table, the house was looked after, all of these things, everything was done for your husband. And times have changed. We're now in 2026. Times have moved on. It's not about the women does the cooking, the man goes to work. It doesn't work like that anymore. It's much more of a partnership and a shared responsibility. But there is some of that sort of hangover left from the 50s that it is a woman's responsibility. And it's not. So the people that have told us it should look like that, it can't, because we've moved on. Times have moved on. Women didn't used to get back to work. We do now. So we shouldn't feel guilty about that, because things have changed. We talked about that yesterday. Change is good. So it's a really good thing, but there's no should anymore. It's outdated. So forget about that. Sometimes we can feel like this because of family as well. That really helpful, long-lasting auntie that you see once a year at Christmas who says, I never went back to work after having children, then it wasn't the done thing, and I wouldn't change that for the world. And that makes you feel crap. It makes you question your choices. And it's irrelevant. It's nothing to do with her. You've got to put the blinkers on and just do you. And you might see something on TV, a mum that's rocking it all. She's got a homemade meal. She's back from work every night. She's full of the joys of spring. She's got a full-time job. She's excelling at her career. Has a date night with her husband once a week. I mean, what the fuck is that? That is not real life. So just stay in your lane and do you. We feel like we aren't enough in whatever we do. We often feel like we aren't doing well. We're not going to the gym enough. We're not doing enough exercise. We're not eating well enough. We're not being present enough. We're not being with our kids enough. We're not doing enough work. All of these things, it's a choice. We put that pressure on ourselves. Nobody else, because we can ignore everybody else. Just be you and be confident in what you want to do. And this is totally normal. And I feel like it too. Sometimes my work takes over and I'm not with the kids as much as I should be. I want to be. Sometimes my family takes over and I'm not working on my business as much as I'd like to be. Things can't be perfect all the time. And it will feel like, sometimes you go brilliant at work, family life, not so much. Family life, excellent, work, not so much. And that's fine. That it's the ebbs and flows of life. It's not going to be linear. You're not going to have the perfect life every single day. Accept that and feel that for what it is. But the one thing's for sure, that you don't beat yourself up all the time. What is the point? What do you gain from that? Absolutely zero. We wear so many hats, we cannot be everything to everybody all of the time, which is why you need to stay in your own lane and not compare yourself to others. The only people you should look at and take inspiration from, not comparison, is people that are in the position that you want to be in, that are further along in their journey. They have been where you are and they've grown through that. But mum guilt is so strong because our identity changes, and we covered this on day one. Social media is a blessing and a curse. It gives us access to so much more than we ever thought possible. But also we really tend to focus on the one thing that makes us feel crap. If you get a comment on your social, say you had 100 amazing comments, right? You'd focus on that one that's negative. Guaranteed that's where your brain would go to, but you've got to retrain your brain for that. You've got to look for the positives all the time. And social media is just, can be an absolute minefield. And if someone makes you crap that you're following, just unfollow. It really is that simple. It is a choice. You are letting yourself feel like that. So make that decision to make that change and stop following that person. No big deal. No big deal. You can choose how you feel every single day. And we carry a lot of mental load as well. A lot of time, not because it has to be falling to us, but because we choose that. So share that mental load with your partner, with your kids, even if your kids are older, get them to take responsibility, and you will feel like a weight's been lifted. And society judges you for everything, so you might as well do what you really want to do, because you're going to get judged anyway. And remember what I said about people's opinions of you? It is none of your business. So just stay true to yourself and do what you want to do. Forget what everybody else thinks. It's irrelevant. So what can we learn from this? Wanting to do something for yourself does not make you a bad mother. It makes you a bloody good one, in my opinion, and an excellent role model for your kids, because you are showing them. You aren't just telling them. You will tell your kids that anything is possible. Why not do better than that and actually show them? Show them that anything is possible. You are still a person outside of motherhood, and your kids will benefit from seeing you fulfilled, from seeing you passionate about your work, from seeing you as ambitious, ability to set boundaries, and as confident as well. And your confidence will grow as you start your business and as you start to take action, rather than someone that comes home every night and moans about their job constantly and just accepts that that's the way it is, because then you are teaching your kids that that's how life is. You're teaching your kids that you go into a job that you don't enjoy, but you just get on with it and you just moan about it every day. Is that really what you want for your kids? Or do you want your kids to want the world and to do whatever they want to do that makes them happy? So just really think about that. Let that resonate with you for a couple of minutes and think, what are you really showing your kids and what do you want to be showing them? The goal isn't to eliminate guilt, but the goal is to learn to not let guilt make decisions for you. Don't do things because you feel you should. Okay? Guilt is just another one of those feelings that we need to retrain. When you are feeling guilty, ask yourself, is this reality or am I just feeling guilty? What would you say to someone else that had these feelings? Probably you advise them differently than you do to yourself, and be mindful of how you talk to yourself. Guilt is described as a feeling that occurs when we perceive we have done something wrong. When we really lean into it, we probably feel guilty because of the unrealistic expectations put on us about what we should be doing. Fuck that. How about doing what you really want to do? And that is exactly what you should be doing. So, no guilt here for living the life that you've dreamed of and doing exactly what you want to do. And I will leave you with this final thought for the day. How about feeling guilty for not living your life the way that you want to? Now, that is something that you should feel guilty about, because you're letting yourself down if you're not living the life that you really, really want to.